So the topic for this unit is ages and stages. So whatever we see today, getting old sucks. Trust me. I was watching an interview by Rafael Nadal on Friday, I think, and he mentioned this on an interview that I also watched on La Resistencia. This one was En tu casa o en la mía or something like that with Bertín Osborne. And he said that he had always been happy with his age. When he was 8, he was fine. When he was 16, he was fine. That he didn't have this desire to be 18, for example, so he could go out or get the driver's license and so on. And then I mentioned to my wife that obviously, I mean, his life didn't change much. He was always just training. So yeah, age wasn't very important for him. But it's true that you should enjoy what you have now, because then different things will come. And so you should enjoy being 16, not having to work, not having so many responsibilities, okay, not having to worry about lots of other things. So, by getting on sucks. Now, you have a couple of quotes. I've read a book by George Shaw. I didn't like it too much. I read it in Spanish. Perhaps in English it was funnier. It was a present. So age isn't how old you are, but how old you feel. Someone said something like age is a state, a mental state. I don't know. So you can think about this. I don't know if you're wasted on the young. I don't know if you understand. Think about it. It means that, for example, now I say, wow, if I was younger, if I didn't have these injuries, I would do this and I would do that. And then when I was young, I didn't have these problems and I didn't take advantage of the opportunity. And now that I'm older, say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. So now that you are young, you don't use this youth that you have. Okay, you waste it. So that's what it means. Youth is wasted on the young. And then when you are old, you just can't do things. Okay? So you can think about this, take some notes, and then when you come next week, we'll decide this. Now, we've seen this. We've seen some of these words. Okay? So read the sentences and decide whether they have a negative or a positive connotation. Okay. So make sure you've done it. Juvenile, positive. Okay, the pronunciation is juvenile. Childlike, positive. Okay, innocence. You have another word which is not here. I've mentioned it. Like the narrator is a bit naive. Okay, naive like this. Naive. Youthful, positive. Youthful is positive. Notice despite plus noun structure. This advancing yes is now. Demeanor is how someone behaves. Un aire, no? Tiene un aire juvenil. So demeanor, like this. Demeanor. Mature is positive. Okay, mature. Okay, mature. And emotional, notice that emotion is normally negative. Emotional. Okay, I'm now spring chicken. Spring chicken is something negative. Spring chicken is un polluelo. Anyway, okay, it's a bit over the hill. This is negative. Over the hill. So when you get to the hill, to the top of the hill, you're at the top of your game. And that's an expression. To be at the top of your game. And then and people believe, no, Messi is believed to be over the hill. So going down. Okay, so you have this vocabulary today. So you have some words here. Okay, you need to replace some of these words with these. Some of them may have a negative connotation. Okay, so stop the video and go ahead. So the first one, instead of juvenile, you can say adolescent. Okay, this is neutral, adolescent. You can say infantile, you have it here, infantile. So infantile is negative and childish is negative. Okay. Well, juvenile, I put juvenile is negative. Sorry. Okay, juvenile. Youthful is the positive one. Juvenile is negative. Not as much as childish, but juvenile. Okay, childlike is positive. So you can say naive, which is not there, which would be negative. Okay. So here you wouldn't be able naive, but then the connotation would change because this is like positive. Okay, you could say yes. You could say that perhaps infantile and so on, but the problem is that the connotation would change. So okay, so if you say childish, then it's negative connotation. So it's not exactly the same. Now youthful demeanor, again, this is positive. So you could say boyish, okay, which would be positive, but that's only if he's a man, okay, like he. Okay, so mature, adult, okay, is also positive. Yeah, really adult, especially if you use it for someone who's not an adult. If you're an adult and you behave like an adult, is what you should do. Okay, old, we're both old enough here. I think it would be neutral. You understand? You don't be negative or positive. We're old enough. You're old enough to drive. Could be a bit positive because that's what you want to do. But here in this context, if you tell me, David, you're old, shut up, then that's negative. Okay, I would start crying. So spring chicken. Here, old, for example. Here you could say old, you need to have a negative meaning. Because I'm no spring chicken, so I'm old. I'm old, but this it'll be a bit strange. I'm old. Let's say I'm an adult. You'd say no, but I can promise you I'm an. You'd say an adult. So he was younger, but now he's a bit over. So a bit over the hill, a bit old. You can say a bit elderly. Elderly is like anciano. Like the elderly is like the fair that aging. He's a bit aging, or he's. It sounds a bit strange. A bit aging. He's aging. Aging is se está haciendo mayor. So it'll be negative. Aging. Okay. So I don't know if you can find any synonyms. Look, naive. If you can find any other synonyms, you can tell me, because I don't know if I can think of many other synonyms. Okay. So that was vocabulary, which is amazing. The amount of vocabulary. I don't think it's that useful, like specific vocabulary. I've never liked. It's called semantic fields, campos semánticos. Like, okay, lots of words for walk, lots of words. I don't think I'm very good at it. Okay, so for the face-to-face lesson, you prepare this probably for next week. Okay, we'll do this speaking and whichever speaking we have in Unit 3. So, look, this is Chris who wants to achieve his goals. So, you should read it and think about what advice you would give him so that he can achieve his goals. So just read it. What I'll point out before you start, I have it all mapped out. I think we've seen this, I think in the podcast, to map something out like all planned. You have neither my wife nor I are, neither him or my. Fleeting is that it passes very fast. Time is fleeting. Get round to doing. This appeared yesterday in a test I gave the other students, the B group. And get down to ing. Get down to it. It's get started. Get round is to find the necessary time to do something. It was in the final test too, I think. You had this in the last one in the first exercise. Get round to doing. And get down to. Let's get down to work. So let's get started. I'll have what I know there. Okay. So read it and think about what advice you would give him. So what's your advice? My advice would be the same one. The same advice I give you. You know, the same piece of advice I give you. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. So start. Now you have some of the language. No, mature adults. It's rather childish. I'm a bit over the hill, or they think I'm over the hill. Now you're going to listen to this man, to a life coach. I don't know if you've heard about this. I've heard about it. Like football players may use a life coach, someone who gives them some advice. It's like a psychologist, more or less, like a sports psychologist. That appears. There's a reading in one of the tests which is about sports psychology, whether it helps or not. So listen to it. Hopefully I will have attached the correct file and see if you agree. Okay, I have some notes here, so take some notes. After you've taken some notes, you can listen to it twice. I will more or less tell you. The advice was like, plan now. You need to prioritize your career. And there were a number of steps, like check your study with your own companies, see other companies, see what steps you need to take to get there. You can take on extra responsibility now or do some courses which will allow you to be promoted. Set monthly targets, monthly objectives, so that they are more achievable. Family wise, you should have a discussion with your wife and start saving money if you need to do something, or how much money you need for what you want. And dream. See, he says something about unambitious plans. I don't know exactly. I have this note. Unambitious plans. He should dream, I think. No, I don't know. I'm going to check. It was that he needs to dream, that his current plans are unambitious. So what he needs to do is dream about it. Okay, so fantastic. I hope you understood the life coach. Now you have here, I don't know if you realized, lots of future forms. So I need you to find examples for each of these. Okay, ready? So I'm going to mark them. I'm going to show the answer, so please. Okay, so they are moving to. This is present continuous for future. Remember, arrangements of things that have been arranged. We are doing this. I'm having dinner with my cousin. They'll have. You're making a prediction based on your belief. So I think something will happen. I think this will help you. I think that you will learn a lot this course. Now, we are going to, okay, so going to is for intentions. Remember, I think I'm going to go cycling on Saturday, but I'm not sure. So it's my intention, it's not a plan. They will have been promoted. Will plus have plus the third form. This is in the passive anyway, but this is future perfect. Remember, the action will be finished before a time in the future. So I don't know, tomorrow, by the time you watch this, you will have done the exam. So by the time you watch this, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, you will have done the exam. An action will be complete before a point in the future. I'll be doing future continuous, that is number 6. Okay, number 6. The same. This is now. Tonight, you'll be at 8 o'clock or at 9 o'clock, you'll be doing the exam. The action will be in progress at that time. At 9 o'clock, the action will be in progress because it started before and it'll probably continue afterwards. Okay. In 5 years' time, hopefully I will still be teaching. If you haven't got me fired, I'll get down. This is like a promise, no? What do you have here? Oh, voice. Here it could be a spontaneous decision. I'll get down to it. Okay, he's thinking about what I'm going to do, this, that, and then I'll get down to tomorrow. So that's a spontaneous decision. When you say, I'll do it tomorrow. Or do you want to have something? Yes, I'll have a coffee. I'll drink. So we're going to look at this grammar before we continue. We're going to go to page 152. Okay, so page 152, page 152. Anyway. I'm going to tell you so you have it highlighted here, but it's what I've told you. Will, prediction based on our belief. Belief is a word that appeared yesterday in this exam I mentioned before. The noun for belief, promises, threats. I'll kill you. I'll do it. I promise. I'll help you with that. Will you please open the window? I saw this yesterday in Look, Listen, Learn. Will you please turn off the electricity? I'm going to change this lamp. Okay, request. Will you do this for me, please? And when you offer, you can also say, shall I? Okay, going to or present continuous plans and arrangements. Normally, remember, going to is more for intention. Write it down. And this is plus one person. Okay, this affects more people normally, but you can see both used the same way. Going to present evidence. You are making a prediction. That's present evidence. For example, someone is drunk. They get into a car, and a truck, camion, lorry is coming the other way. And you say, "Oh, he's going to have an accident." So going to. Okay, you can make a prediction because you have evidence right now. Okay, spontaneous decisions. This is the other one you saw. I'll do that. Kate Atkinson. I think I've read a book like this. Yeah, like so many other times I made it up. It was Paula Hawkins, different name. Okay, so I'll read it too. What do you want to drink? I'll drink a coffee. Okay, you've just decided. Future continuous. Progress at a definite time. Will plus be plus ing. Okay, I told you tonight at 9 o'clock you'll be doing the exam. And future perfect, the action will be completed because perfect forms are things that are completed. I've already done that. I've already read that book. So present perfect, it has some connection to the present, but the action is complete. You've done it. Although sometimes it's not complete, but anyway. So by 10 o'clock, by Friday, all of you will have taken the exam. Some of you tonight, some of you tomorrow. Well, Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know when you're watching this. But by Friday, you will have all taken the exam. Okay? So I think it's clearer because then you can highlight it. So let's go back to wherever we were. Okay, page 27. I'll go back. We'll go back to that one again. So cross out the options that are not possible. As far as I know, there's one wrong option in each of them, and try to understand why the other ones are correct and why that one is not correct. Okay, so I'm going to start giving you the answers in 3, 2, 1 to make sure you've done it. I've decided. I'm starting. I'm starting because you haven't made any plans. So I'm going to. So I've just decided, or it's my intention. But it can't be a plan. You haven't made any plans yet. You're going to start making the plans. Okay. I'm doing again. You can't say present continuous because it's not a plan. I'm going to intention, or you've just decided. I hope. Okay. I hope normally with will. I'm achieving again. It's not a plan. Going to my intention. It's not the same. Try and imagine what I do. Nope. What I'll be doing, yes, in the future, and action will be in progress, and what I'm going to do, my intention. That's okay. Okay, then I'll have spent. You can't say it. I will have spent. Something is going to be in progress, so the action will be complete. So I'm going to my intention, or the action will be in progress, like this one, correct? Okay. Here I see. You can say present for this. You can say present for future when you're talking about schedules. Okay. Or timetables for trains, means of transport. The plane leaves at 5. That's okay. But okay. So I'll say future, and I'm going to again your intention. Ideally, I'll have stayed. If it is completed, it can be. So I'll be staying, or I'll stay. Same. I really hope. I can't say I'm finding. I'm finding. Hope is with will. So I will have found. The action will be complete before a time in the future. Or I'll find, I'll do it. With hope, it's normal to use will. Think, hope, expect, it's normal to use will. It's not a plan. Okay, so, and 11, now this is a bit more difficult. You need to write the correct form. Sometimes more than one option is possible. So stop the video, do it. I'm going to give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the best one I'll be doing. The action will be in progress. In 2 years from now, the action at that point will be in progress. I expect I will have left. The action of leaving home will have happened. Okay, we expect that by summer next year, everyone will have been vaccinated. Okay, so the action of being vaccinated will have happened. It is likely that. Okay. I will have found a new job. So the action, I'm looking for it. So by that point, this time next year, the action will have happened. I will have found a job. Again, I'm going to pass. I think I will have passed better, or I'll pass. I would say I'm going to pass. I don't like to pass. Within the next 6 months, I will have passed. Okay, in that time frame, ¿no? En ese rango de tiempo. I'll pass. Within that, I'll pass. I don't know when, but it's a promise I make myself. So you could say, so I'll pass. Amount of time, before. I mean with before, after, as soon as, when, use present. Before I take a shower, I'll shave or whatever. I'll do some exercise. Okay, before I do something. And this is the same. It won't be long. Until I find, before I find. For the time being at home, so I am leaving, but this is present continuous. Present continuous because it's something happening right now. I don't know why. This is not really a future form. Anyway, I'm sure I will learn. Okay, it's a prediction based on your knowledge. It's about time. This one is difficult. It's about time you had it in Unit 11. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time. Okay, it's about time I did something. You have it afterwards in the language tip. It's about time. It's high time. I've seen this in advanced in C1 tests. This, okay, in 20 years time, I'll be glad. Okay, this is like a state, so you can say I will have been glad. I'll be glad. Okay. It's a prediction. So you have the language tip, and then we're going to go back to the other exercise to the end of the book. Okay, so it's about time plus past simple. Normally, okay, before, until plus present simple, but it's about time goes with past simple. It's about time. Just hora de que hagamos. It's about, that's something. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all done together. It's about time. Anyway, 152. So this is what I told you. You have some future expressions, most of which are followed by present. Okay, until, before, within, will. Oh, this is what I told you. We had will because within the next 6 months, I will or I will have done. In blah blah, I will. 2 years from now. Normally with these ones, future perfect. By that time, it means before that time. So I will have done something. And about time plus past simple. So, okay. Again, do it. Be careful. Notice what we've just seen about the expressions and which verb tense you use with them. And I'm going to show this in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you are offering. So I'll cook dinner. That'll be, you're making a prediction based on your knowledge because you have informed at this time. So that'll be, what time are we meeting? It's, okay, because you've made some arrangements. So what time are we meeting? I know what I'll get. Just decided. I know what I'll get here. You can say, I'm going to also. I know what I'm going to. This is your intention. Could be this time next week. I'll be lying. The action will be in progress. Lying like this. Lying. By this time, so he will have read. Will have read. Okay, by, you had it there. Future perfect because it's before that time. Before, the action will have happened before that time. 10 years from parents will have retired. The action of retiring will have happened. Will have retired. And now be careful. By the year, this is confusing. That's, I don't agree with this. It's with future perfect. I've seen it with future continuous, like here. Sorry about that noise. Okay, robots will be doing, the action will be in progress. It's what I told you before. Then with future continuous, very often the action started before and will continue. Okay, at 9 o'clock you will be doing the test. You will have started at the 8:45, and you will continue after 9 probably. Okay, so I think that's it for this is Thursday's lesson. You can do it. It's independent. So those of you who are coming on Thursday, I suggest you do it on Wednesday. But in any case, this will be for Monday. Okay? So thank you very much. Bye.